today, Thursday, May 28th, 2020 at 5:34 p.m. The fiscal subcommittee meeting is in accordance with the Governor Raimondo's Executive Order 20-34 dated May 15th, 2020. Extension of the various executive orders, including 20-25 dated April 15, 2020. The Cumberland School Committee intends to conduct this meeting remotely. The public can participate in this meeting remotely, but not in person, by calling 646-558-8656. Webinar ID 939-2483-8393, or join at the HTTP address listed on our agenda, which is also listed on the events calendar on the district website, where the password is 880231. Having said that, pleasure of the committee for the approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda?
Mrs.
Second.
Donato makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Demotica. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, 3-0. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, I did want to, anyone on phone, I did want to state for the record that myself, Mrs. Bernato, and Mr. Demotica are present on this subcommittee fiscal management meeting. Next item on the agenda, approval of the minutes. They have not been updated. They were sitting in my folder and I did not update them, so we'll approve them. The next go around, I'd like a motion to table.
Motion to table.
Mr. Demotica makes a motion to table the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bernato. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it, 3-0. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the payment of bills, which we have no payment of bills tonight, so we'll continue. Next item, business office monthly reports. Mr. Prignano?
Well, I'm working on the May report right now, and
Okay.
we'll finish it. We'll finish it in the next day or two. I'm actually, because we ran payroll already, and we've run all our checks, all the invoices for the week. We've gotten an early jump on May, and I'll have that for you, and I can send it out before the next meeting, or we can wait till the next meeting. But it'll be done, probably be done over the weekend.
Is there anything concerning in it that will affect this year's budget
No.
or next year's? Okay.
No, the only real change is we had, I was so, the healthcare claims had come down into the 400,000s because we had so many weeks in a row of claims under $50,000 a week because of, non-emergency procedures weren't being able to be performed. We had our claims have returned a little bit to normal. We had an $86,000 week, a $92,000 week. Remember that 128 is the bogey. Anything over 128 puts us over budget. Anything under 128 is good for the budget. And then we had 1 week of 215,000. So,
Wow.
So that will keep us in the 4s, or maybe move us a little bit towards 5. But other than that, no changes. I mean, payroll's payroll right now, and we're buying very little, so not much changes in the report.
Okay.
Still looking at over $1 million in COVID savings that we need because we've already included them into next year's budget. So that's still holding.
Okay. Thank you. Next
And
item
when I
on
send the report out,
okay.
when I send the report out, please, any questions, shoot me an email. You don't have to wait till the next meeting.
Gotcha. Thank you. Next item on the
Yep.
agenda, Sedesco Food Service Reports. We have no new update on that, correct, Alex?
No, we're still serving lunches Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, anywhere from about, just under 100 lunches every day, because remember, she's serving 2 days at once. So when she serves lunches on Monday, people pick up the lunch for Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday for Wednesday and Thursday, et cetera. So, because of the labor and the cost of the food and the little participation, we're probably losing about $6,000 or $7,000 a month, and we probably won't see our guarantee this year, but we won't run a shortfall in the program though.
Gotcha. Would you say she's doing about 100 lunches a day?
About, yeah, anywhere from 90 to 100 lunches, you know, for a 2-day period. Yep.
Gotcha. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, Sedesco Facilities Report. Mr. Prignano, anything to add on that?
No, I spoke with Will today, and he's got more sanitary products on hand, you know, sanitary containers, you know, that he puts outside doors and stuff. They're on order. And the one good thing, and this is a good thing about Sedexo, the vendor we use has kept Sedexo #1 in providing product to them because they're a major buyer. So Will doesn't believe we're going to have problems getting sanitizer and hand sanitizer and that type of stuff. So that's a good thing.
Excellent. Well, that's great news.
Yep.
All right, next, stay right there, Mr. Prignano. Next item on the agenda, discussion and a vote authorizing participation in buy board for purchases. I know our prior conversation this week, you did tell me that this company has been vetted by the Attorney General's office.
That's my belief. And what they are is they're a company out of Texas, and many of the Rhode Island communities and several of the school districts have already joined. And it takes an approval of your school committee to do that. So that's why we haven't joined yet, but we will, you know, we filled out all the paperwork. There's no cost to join. And it just gives us another place where if we need to buy, you know, because it just gives us another place where we can access product if we need it. I think we should join.
Okay.
And what they are, because they will be like a vendor on a bid list that if we need product right away, we won't have to go out and bid 6 weeks, 4 weeks, that type of stuff. You'll be able to buy off this bid list.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Mitchell, yes, go ahead.
just also just an FYI, we wanted to be doubly sure that the purchasing agreement was acceptable. So we had Steve Adams review it, and he is in agreement that, you know, we should be good to go. And as Mr. Prignano said, there are a number of my colleagues in several districts have already joined. So this would be an opportunity for the district to take advantage of economy of scale and save some money in bulk purchases.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mitchell. That's exactly what I was going to ask you. Pleasure of the committee, looking for a vote.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Demonica makes a motion for the approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bernardo. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, 3-0. On the buy bond, buy board. All right, and Mr. Prignano, no cost for this, correct?
No cost,
Mr. Chair,
no fee to join.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Adams, yes.
I just want, it's, you know, given that this is an advisory, this committee is advisory to the full
Yes.
committee. My suggestion when the full committee votes on this is to vote on it on like a 1-year increment so you can keep tabs on it. There's a
great.
30-day, you can terminate, no charge. It's very friendly. It's not a problem. But that way
Mr.
you guys can keep a tabs on it, you know, on a yearly basis.
Thank you.
This-
Mr. Demonica?
This group has been promoted by the Rhode Island Association of School Committees for the 8 years that I have been a member. But you and I have been members, and Mr. Fiorello. So it's a group out of Texas that works with many school associations around the country in regards to this. I know Mr. Adams suggested we do it for a year, but you can leave it any time after 30 days. So I would just approve it and let the, you know, whether we do something with them or not. My opinion. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take it up. We'll let the full committee figure it out. Okay, so that passes 3-0. Next item, this is a quick meeting, guys, girls. Next item on the agenda, CHS activity reports, which have been filed. Which we don't really have any. Next item, public comments. Anyone like to add any public comment? Mr. Chandler, can you open up the lines? Anyone raising a hand, pressing the
so-
chat button?
So we've removed the chat button to try to manage
Okay.
it a little bit better so that there's not chat going on in between the meeting. If anybody's on a call or on something that I can't control, depending on the version of Zoom that they have, they can use the *9 button to raise their hand, and then either I can unmute them, or if I cannot unmute them, they can use the *6 button to mute and unmute.
Okay, we'll give it 10 seconds. Mr. Collins, you got your hair cut. Looks good.
I did. Yeah, it was a priority.
All right, no public comment. We'll move on. Next item on the agenda is to adjourn. Pleasure of the committee.
Motion to adjourn.
Mr. DeMonica makes a motion to adjourn at 5:45, and I have a second
Second.
by Mrs. Bernardo. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, 3-0. Thank you, everyone. See you in executive.
Thank you.
Have a good night.